Well, you must be a bit shell-shocked after that today.
Disappointed, John, I think, rather than anything, probably, as well as a very large following. You know, we're in the game 5 minutes and you find yourself 2-0 down, and when you've only conceded 2 goals away, what we have over a period of time, and all of a sudden you concede 2 in the first 5 minutes, as people say, you know, you can be waiting at a bus stop for so long, not many go by, and all of a sudden they come at once, and they have today. You know, I thought that our defending today was very, very disappointing, and we've got punished for the mistakes we made. As I say, find yourself 2-0 down, and you know, you look at the game, and as I say, you get back into the game at 2-1 and come in at half time and still believe that you can get a result out of the game. Even though we hadn't played particularly well, we wasn't allowed, and all credit to Eastleigh. They worked very hard, they won the personal battles, they were big and strong, and I think we played into rounds on certain things which we didn't need to be doing. I think at times that, you know, they out-battled us and they were physically too strong, which I'm disappointed to say in the manner of, you know, some of the goals today. But, you know, when it gets back to 2-1 and you're going to half-time, you think to yourself, like, you know, hopefully you'll get the response in the second half. And, you know, I felt that we were starting bright the second half. At 2-1, we were starting to get on top. And then I'm afraid that after, you know, looked like we'd equalised really, I think the ball got worked on the right-hand side here, and I think Dobson and Ricky and Aine had linked up well, and the ball come in the box. Just thought where I was sitting, like, you know, I could see that Andy Burgess was reaching probably to get the power with the ball, and the goalkeeper, I think, it was the only height where he could have probably got it, and kept that out. So that was a big thing at that time. And, you know, if that goes in, you can look at different, you know, pictures. But, you know, after having that lift there, really, and being 2-1 down, and then conceding the goals, what we conceded, the third and the fourth, again, which I thought were very soft goals in respect of, and the manner of the goals was disappointing as well. So, you know, we've had a chat in there, and as I say, you know, you go in a situation, you've been on the run, and take 34 out of 39. Everyone's disappointed, but we've got to turn around now and look for a response, and we've got to be positive, and we've got to turn around and, you know, be positive over the next week, and, you know, build and prepare for the Welling game, which, you know, they're flying at the moment. You know, they're going very well, and they've had a good win at Chelmsford today, and I saw them play Ebbsfleet last Saturday, so we know it's going to be another big test for us. But, you know, we have got a week now to prepare and what we think is right to hopefully go out there and get 3 points.
Why do you think we got dominated physically today by Eastleigh? They look much stronger. Every set piece, every corner seemed to cause us difficulties.
Yeah.
And you know, even when they won the flick-ons, we didn't seem to get round the second ball.
We were second best today. You know, we were second best, and all credit to them. You know, you look at last week, they got beat here 4-1 by Welling. So we know that we're in for a very, very hard time next week. There's no doubt about that. We're going to have to be at our best. And, you know, as I say, they were physically stronger than us. They wanted it more than us. You know, they certainly, I'm afraid to say, out-fought us, and you can't turn around at the end of the day and hide from the fact that we were well beaten today. But you can't turn around at any level of football, and we know that, and it can't be too critical overall in respect of how we have defended and everything in the past. But we haven't defended well today, and we've had a bad day at the office, and that's what we're hoping it is, one bad day at the office, and we've got to be positive and strong, and hopefully have good numbers turn out for next week's game against Welling, because it's going to be a massive game for us now, a game where we've got to win now, you know, and that's where we've got to go from now.
And do you think it's fair to say that we really did miss Kieran Murtagh heavily today? Do you think that made a crucial difference?
No, I wouldn't. You know, Kieran Murtagh's a very good player. We know that at the end of the day we're going to miss Kieran, but, you know, I don't think Kieran would have done anything about the 4 goals that would have conceded today. You know, we haven't defended well today, John. You've seen the game as well as I have. As you quite rightly said, you've seen players get out-fought, out-jumped, half a yard off the mark today. Well, you know, I think that what we mustn't turn around and do, whatever comes out of the picture, it's very easy to turn around and say, oh, we should have had this player to the end of the season, or we had this player. I'm not the sort of person who look for excuses or make excuses. We've got beat today because we were second best. Didn't help ourselves in respect to the way we started, and I think they, from their point of view, will be very proud and pleased the way they played today, and rightly so. But we look at our 4 goals we conceded today, and I know it's a little bit selfish, and it's a little bit, you know, people might turn around and think sour grapes, but we haven't conceded a good goal today. You know, I look at the third and the fourth goal as well, and like, it was very disappointing. And I say, you have to hold your hands up, as I said to the players, that it's lovely to take the accolades and get patted on the back and getting told how well we're doing and running over the supporters and waving and clapping your hands when you're winning. And they've had to turn around and clap the loyal supporters who've travelled down here today at the end. And they've got to do that, and that's their job, because the supporters are still turn around at the end saying, I can hear them, keep your heads up. We've had a great run, but where we are now, no one could imagine where we were going to be 13 games ago. So this turn around and say that when we've been keep going around corners and we keep picking £10 notes up off the floor, it's been lovely. We've walked around the corner and got a punch on the nose. We ain't used to that, so we've got to turn around and get a good result next week.
And we've got a little bit of time, obviously, I think, before the registration period finishes. Can you see yourself perhaps bringing in 1 or 2 players?
I think, look, what we'll turn around and do, and it's very easy straight after a game, John, to turn around and, react and turn around and go, oh yeah, we're going to do this now, we're going to do that because you've got beat. We've got to turn around now and look at ourselves and have a little think of what we've got. Have 1 or 2 players over a period of time hit a brick wall in respect of having so many games on top of each other. Is there a little bit of fatigue in creeping in with 1 or 2 players after a long run and also a season which is coming to the end? Is there a case of 1 or 2 people are young now in respect of not being in this position, and it might be a little bit too much for them? Me and Steve Thompson will have a little chat about things, and we'll be sensible about it, the way we look here and the way we're going to think, and we'll take a view of everything. But let's see what comes out after the weekend, see where we go.
And we've got 7 cup finals left, haven't we? Starting at home next week against Welling, that becomes a massive game now.
Massive, yeah, massive. We need 3 points. There's no 2 ways about it. Anything less than 3 points next week, it will not, I won't turn around and say, be acceptable, but what I will turn around and say is that we need them 3 points bad next week. Welling, as I say, have won today, and Welling could turn around and beat Eastleigh on Tuesday night. They've got to play them. So something's got to give there, John. Something's got to give there, even though that's not our problem. But we don't want to find ourselves in a situation where, Welling turn around and get a result midweek and then come down ours and roll us over, because all of a sudden we'll be playing catch-up and there won't be enough games.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Garry.
Cheers.